Let go of me. Let go of me. Let go of me. You don't need to rush to thank me.
Stand still.
You interfered with the investigation and obstructed justice.
Kid,
You've broken the law.
call your guardian.
What's your home number?
Guardian. You're my guardian.
What nonsense are you talking?
Who's your guardian?
You're my distant little aunt. You're my guardian. My grandpa gave me this photo and asked me to come stay with you in the city.
This is an old photo from my childhood. That is weird. How did this little kid find me? With just one photo? You mean you found me among 10 million in Pinching? Only with a blurry photo?
Of course, I'm CLT pal. I'm a reasoning genius proficient in criminal science. I'm a reasoning genius. I'm proficient in forensics.
Oh, great. A reasoning genius.
Then tell me, how did you figure out this photo is me?
Biology, forensic anthropology. Or criminal psychology.
You have no idea, right? I figured it out from this detail. Look at the light reflection on the photo. It proves this isn't an original printed photo, but a shot of the framed photo. The frame also reflects the opposite white wall. And the police uniform on the wall has a police number. Isn't that exactly the uniform you're wearing?
Kid, you've watched too much Conan. Even if you're here seeking refuge with relatives,
That's no excuse for breaking into the police station and tampering with case 17,063's investigation.
I didn't tamper with a thing. I just fixed your mistakes.
CID cases need a kid like you to correct mistakes? I really want to see what mistakes you can correct.
In a couple's shared apartment. The boyfriend was killed, the girlfriend is missing. Neighbors say, this couple fights all the time, for the police. The girlfriend's the top suspect. But you missed a key detail. The victim has 3 stab wounds, all oblique to the right chest. This means the murderer must have committed the crime with a knife in his right hand. But judging from the girlfriend's daily habits, the kitchen knives are on the left of the cutting board. She's left-handed when chopping. The desk lamp's on the desk's top right corner, cause she's used to writing left-handed, this way. The light shadow won't block the words. If you still don't believe it, look at the documents on the desk. People tilt the manuscript counterclockwise when writing. Only left-handed people tilt it clockwise. There are many black smudges on the paper, because left-handed people smudge ink writing left to right. Do you think a left-handed person would use his awkward right hand to kill someone?
So, what is your conclusion?
The girlfriend isn't the killer. There's another killer. She's only a witness and a victim. It's most likely she's already been killed now.
that is nonsense. The suspect's mentally unstable. She and the victim broke up and got back together many times last year and sent multiple death threats on social media. She's got sufficient motive for the crime. You silly kid. You must have seen this cartoon plot, right? Sir, I will arrest her right now.
Let go of me.
I'm telling the truth. She can't be the murderer.
Sir, we have found the suspect.
What do you say, kid? You just said the suspect was killed, right? Look, she's been arrested already.
Sir, when we found the suspect, she was killed. Her time of death is close to her boyfriend's, and the modus operandi is consistent. She is not the murderer. There's another murderer.
I'm going to the crime scene. Watch her for me.
Yes, sir.
Stay here quietly and do not move.
Yes, sir.
This is a surveillance blind spot. No fingerprints found. But from the two victims' wounds, the murder weapons confirmed the same. That kid's right. The murderer's not the girlfriend, but someone else.
Sir, after checking, an elderly man fishing late saw a suspicious person when he got back to the neighborhood. From his description, we've asked the analysis team to finish the suspect's portrait. From the portrait, we identified the suspect as Huang Chang, and he's currently in Ward 207 of this hospital. This is it.
Why would a murderer be in the hospital? How could last night's murderer be in a coma?
It's exactly like the profile portrait. It's him.
Huang Chang has methanol poisoning, is in a vegetative state, and was hospitalized a month ago.
You mean the murderer who killed 2 people last night is a vegetative patient?
Who are you?
We're from CID. We want to ask you about Mr. Huang Chang. Are you his attending doctor?
Yes. The patient was poisoned by fake alcohol, suffered brain damage, and became vegetative. He's been comatose for a month. This is his medical record.
1 month. How can a vegetative patient comatose for 1 month kill someone? Little Bun, what are you doing?
Of course I'm testing. If this suspect is really a vegetative patient, or just faking it.
Sorry about that.
The arm falls naturally. It's a normal reaction for an unconscious patient.
It seems he's really a vegetative patient. Didn't I tell you to stay put at CID? Why did you come here and mess up?
Auntie, I came here to help you, didn't I? Hey, do any of you smell a bad smell?
Little kid. Vegetative patients have incontinence. It's normal to have a bad smell.
He's a vegetative patient with an alibi. He couldn't have committed the crime last night. But why did residents spot him at the crime scene? When the incident happened,
Could it be that?
have you checked Huang Chang's family relations? Is there a biological brother with a close genetic match?
Sir, your speculation is really accurate. Huang Chang's older brother is Huang Sheng. They're twin brothers.
Huang Chang can't commit the crime. His twin brother is likely. The suspect witnesses named. Where is the investigation team?
Tracking Huang Sheng's phone location. We confirm he's at this hospital's front desk, paying his brother's fees.
All right, let's go. What are you still doing here?
Mr. Huang Cheng.
Are you his family?
Yes, I'm his older brother. I came to pay his hospital bills.
CID Bureau. Excuse me. Are you Mr. Huangsheng?
He does not look like him at all.
Your younger brother is involved in a case. We need you to cooperate with our investigation on a few questions. Excuse me. Are you his older twin brother?
Yes, I am.
But you two do not look alike at all.
We're fraternal twins. We look different. What is going on here?
Xiaolon, I finally got you. Xiao Tupao insists on coming to the city, and you're her only relative here. You must take care of her.
Got it.
The case isn't solved. I've got an extra naughty kid at home. Why's my luck so bad? Let's go.
Coming, coming. Aunt. Can you even use your brain? Haven't you found the murderer yet?
If you want to go back to your rural hometown tonight, you can keep making me mad. The witness saw the suspect, but the suspect's a comatose vegetative patient, unable to commit the crime. The suspect's got a twin brother, but they're fraternal twins, so they don't have identical faces. Who is the real murderer?
Aunt. Look.
Xiao Tupao. This is a sealed evidence bag. How could you tear it open? If the prosecutor finds out, they won't let us off the hook.
Don't worry, Aunt. I found a key clue.
What major clue? Tell me now.
I won't tell you. Unless you promise me a condition.
What condition?
You go out solving cases every day. But I'm stuck at home. I'll be bored to death. You have to take me with you. When you handle cases from now on.
Fine. I promise. Can you tell me now? What's the major clue?
Look here. Here and here.
Hello, forensics lab. Run a DNA test on the first male deceased, and the suspects Huang Cheng and Huang Sheng. All three have severe preauricular fistulas. This is an inherited congenital ear malformation. I suspect the victim's blood related to Huang Cheng and Huang Sheng. Xiao Tupao. I admit you are really smart.
But the justice system has its own rules.
All these are yours now. Don't start trouble. Don't touch the files. Don't spoil the evidence, okay?
Got it, officer.
I'm leaving now.
Officer. The DNA reports out. It matches your analysis. The deceased is blood related to the suspects. Through paternal lineage analysis, we confirmed the deceased is the two suspects' half-brother. Besides, from the suspect's family background check, we find Huang Chang and Huang Sheng's. Dad's an entrepreneur. He died of illness recently, leaving a huge fortune.
The male deceased is his illegitimate son, from an affair. This is a murder case. Inheritance rivalries the motive.
I told you I didn't kill anyone. You must have made a mistake. I told you I didn't kill anyone. You must have made a mistake.
Your communication records show.
The illegitimate son blackmailed you at home, trying to claim inheritance.
You investigated him for ages. How do you explain this?
I'm the Huang family's eldest son. Is there a problem with me investigating an heir who popped up out of nowhere?
Mr. Huang, your father died 1 month ago, right? Your younger brother, Huang Chang, also went vegetative 1 month ago, and that illegitimate son was murdered days ago. Is all this just an extreme coincidence?
That's impossible. My brother and I are close. Why would I hurt him?
We suspect you added methanol to your brother's wine to take your father's inheritance. It caused his brain damage and left him vegetative. Though you're fraternal twins,
You still look alike.
you disguised yourself as your younger brother with makeup, sneaked into the apartment, and killed the bastard. His girlfriend saw everything, so you silenced her too. Neighbors said you look just like your younger brother. He's in a vegetative state. He can't commit any crime. You trapped the police in a contradictory, unsolved case. You got away with the crime.
I don't know what you're talking about. On the murder day, I was at KTV, entertaining clients till early morning. Check the surveillance footage if you don't believe me.
Sir, we got surveillance footage and phone location records. The suspect was indeed at KTV during the murder. And the waiters can testify for him. Sir, this is just a small murder case.
We haven't found any trace of the killer in 3 days. If you still can't solve the case, submit your transfer request as soon as possible.
Sir, the suspect's been released. What should we do now?
Recheck all the evidence for me. We must get a clear result today.
This is the ginkgo leaf, found on the victim.
Xiao Tu Pao. Why were you messing with the evidence again? Do you want me suspended?
Aunt. I know who the murderer is. Aunt. I already know who the murderer is,
You know that?
but that's just my guess.
We still lack direct evidence.
But I've got an idea.
We just need to release fake news to lure the murderer out.
Fake news?
Word is late tycoon President Huang has another illegitimate son claiming his inheritance. Reporters are at 66 Youngshu Street to interview the illegitimate son.
Have you heard? Another illegitimate son of the late President Huang has been exposed. I saw it online. He released the paternity test yesterday. He's obviously here to snatch the inheritance. He can earn tens of millions. That's such a big gain. He lives on Yongshu Street.
Doctor, how is my younger brother's test result?
His heartbeat and blood pressure is stable, but there's still no neural response.
Hello, sir.
Fake news about the illegitimate son is out. Good. Prepare to ambush at 66 Yongshu Street.
Roger that. Will that murderer really show up? He's here. He took the bait. Target spotted. Heading for the back door. We'll go upstairs in 30 seconds.
Roger that.
Aunt.
Xiao Tu Pao.
I'm at 66 Jiangsu Street looking for you. Which room are you in?
What are you doing here? Hurry up and hide somewhere now. Xiao Tu Pao.
Xiao Tu Pao.
It's you. It's you.
I knew it was you.
How'd you figure out? A vegetative patient's the murderer?
Of course, by the smell.
Smell?
Do you remember the first time you went to the ward? I smelled a bad odor next to him that time. The doctor said it was excrement, but excrement is volatile. The whole ward would smell it. But the odor only appeared under the hospital bed. No more than a meter in diameter. It's not the smell of excrement, at all.
What was the smell then?
This is it.
Ginkgo leaf.
Exactly.
That's the smell of ginkgo fruit.
Ginkgo fruit smells very similar to excrement,
But it has poor volatility.
but strong residue. The suspect stepped on ginkgo juice when chasing and killing the female victim. He returned to the ward after the crime. He cleaned his shoes in time. The juice on the shoe sole remained on the floor. How can a vegetative patient kill people?
Mr. Huang, if you confess now, the court might give you a lighter sentence.
Sir, I was a vegetative patient until yesterday. All right. Even if I broke into a private residence today, what evidence do you have to prove I killed them?
If we're right,
You need an accomplice to help you. Pretend to be vegetative. Your doctor is your secret lover. A month ago, she injected you with anesthetic to put you under. On the day of the crime, she injected you with a reversal agent to wake you. So you'd commit the crime. She knows the surveillance blind spots, forged poisoning medical records, and made you a perfect alibi. Unfortunately, your accomplice spilled everything.
Aunt, I helped you catch the killer. You owe me a big meal.
All right, Officer Tu Pao.
Second brother. SSS sir. My brother just acted on impulse. Is there any way to bail him out?
Mr. Huang, your brother's suspected of murder. No bail allowed. Please cooperate.
Sir.
Uncle, have you ever wondered, since he killed that bastard, why'd he still fake a coma? Who's the next person he wants to kill?
Xiao Tu Pao.
Bureau of Investigation leaders are coming for inspection these days. Don't give me trouble.
Okay?
Aunt, take it easy. I won't make trouble for you.
Aunt'll go down to check what's going on. Stay here and don't move, okay? Hello, sir. You've arrived in Penang?
All right.
TJ7, we're reporting a traffic accident. The accident happened at 6:30 at the 9th km of Pai Shui Wan Road. A truck lost control and overturned. The driver died on the spot. From on-site surveillance, we rule out homicide or third-party liability. It's an accident caused by the driver's fault. Please respond if you get this.
$6:30. So that's the case. You got it wrong. This is no accident. This is murder. You got it wrong. This isn't an accident. It's a murder.
Little Dobao. You just promised me you'd only take 3 seconds, right? You got into trouble again?
Where'd this kid come from? You're holding up our work. This is a dangerous crash scene. You've no right to be here.
Sorry, my little niece didn't do it on purpose. Let's go now.
Auntie, they passed off the murder as an accident. Please back me up.
What nonsense are you talking about, kid? We've ruled out vehicle malfunction, road problems, and homicide suspicion.
If this isn't an accident, what else could it be? You're only half right when you say this is an accident. This is murder disguised as an accident.
I think you're deliberately interfering with law enforcement. Come to the police station with us.
Stop right there. Do you still need us to come with you now?
You are Officer Xiao, right? No, that will not be necessary.
Little Dobao, why do you say that? This is a murder disguised as an accident? Follow me. This uniform shows the victim's a driver from a cross-border transport company. The victim wears prayer beads on his right hand, but in religious culture, people usually wear prayer beads on their left. Wearing them on the right is a taboo. Some smuggling gangs use this rule, wearing prayer beads on the right hand as a contact signal. The victim likely used his freight driver identity to smuggle. He was killed by his enemies.
It's just a string of prayer beads. What nonsense are you saying? Do you think this is a kindergarten writing contest?
How'd you figure out? This is murder, not an accident?
It's not strange to see a discarded drink can by the roadside, but this drink can became the most ingenious murder weapon.
A drink can as a murder weapon? Sergeant, your little niece has such a wild imagination, doesn't she? Kid, show me how this drink kills someone.
Mister, stand further away. Uncle, stand further away.
I get it. The soda can reflected sunlight, causing glare for the driver, led to the accident.
The driver passes this stretch of road at 6:30 daily. Today's forecast says sunrise is exactly at 6:30. The killer used the low-angle sunlight at sunrise and placed the polished soda can in a specific spot. The sun and soda can form a reflection angle, so the light hit the driver's eyes directly. Then, boom.
Hello, sir. I will be back right away. Let's go, Little Bean Bun.
What's wrong? Auntie, that's a murder case. Are we just going to ignore it?
I know, but the superior's coming to inspect today. If I'm late, I'll be done for.
Sir.
Sialan, you are late on my first day of inspection. Where did this little kid come from?
Hey, I am not a little kid.
Sir, she is my niece.
Are you here to work cases or to babysit? This is the Investigation Bureau, not a nursery.
Sir, she's well behaved. She won't make trouble. I am going to a meeting now. Be good, okay?
Ham.
The above case investigation is terminated. All materials are filed and sent to the prosecution. Traffic police. Just transferred a traffic accident case. It's an accident caused by the driver's bad driving. We rule out criminal offense. The case won't be filed. Meeting adjourned.
Sir.
This isn't an accident. It's a murder. Sir, this isn't an accident. This is murder.
I've read the files. You mean that soda can, right? We've checked the vehicle, and the autopsy shows no problem. Yes, that's exactly it. It probably caused this accident. But it's not evidence, and it'll never prove this is murder.
If one accident isn't enough to prove anything, what about 2 or 3? I rechecked this quarter's files. 2 accidental deaths happened in the past month alone. This victim died in an accident when a marble run over by a vehicle bounced and hit his temple. This victim rode a motorcycle at the kite festival when a huge kite string cut his neck, causing accidental death. If every case is called an accident, are they really just accidents? Maybe there's a highly intelligent murderer behind all this who disguises crimes as accidents.
That's total nonsense. I think taking care of kids muddles your brain. As sheriff, you know, solving cases doesn't rely on wild imagination, but a clear, rigorous evidence chain.
Aunt, look what I found.
Sialan, you brought a kid in and out of the bureau, damaged judicial files, and violated discipline. You're suspended today.
Hey, I didn't damage anything. I helped you catch bad guys.
Kid, don't let me run into you again.
Sir.
It's okay, it's okay.
Sir.
Auntie. You're my auntie.
Little bean bun, didn't I tell you superiors are inspecting these days? Don't give me trouble. You got your aunt suspended now. Are you happy?
Don't worry, auntie. I swear that means superior uncle will come to beg us to go back.
What did you say? Beg us to go back. Why'd he do that?
Because I already know who the murderer is.
You know who the murderer is? What else do you know? Tell me now.
3, 2, 1.
Sir.
Hello.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
This file, did you put it on the table yesterday?
Don't listen to Dobao's words. Suffering a loss right before your eyes. Uncle, do you know you were wrong?
Suspect Zhang Kai. 3 years ago, she used a beverage can. An unexpected car accident occurred. Killed a long-term alcoholic and the father who abuses his mother. Later, she turned into a hitman who takes money to do the job.
She is very good at leveraging precision. Accidental events used to commit crimes. One after another, she used marbles and kite string. 2 murders were committed.
The modus operandi of the 3 incidents. Exactly the same as now.
So what are you waiting for? Hurry and send someone to arrest her.
She's still in prison. Does not meet the conditions for committing the crime. Severely punished offenders block. Imprisoned for 2 years.
The death penalty is imminent.
The modus operandi is extremely sophisticated, and exactly the same. But Jiang Lai has been in prison all along. There were no conditions for committing the crime. So, the current killer, it must be our accomplice from back then.
I checked the case file. 2 years ago, when Jiang Lai was arrested, the chain of evidence is not very complete, nor have her accomplices been identified. If that's the case, that would be a big trouble.
What's the trouble?
That would mean the FBI arrested the wrong person. Wrongful convictions will put the authorities in a situation of a major public outcry.
Hopefully, in a moment, we'll be able to hear from Jiang Lai, ask for useful information.
Xiaolan from Sid.
I'm here to talk to you about parts of the 3 past cases you aren't responsible for. This may not change your current result, but it's a better explanation for the case file's truth for yourself and for your family. Answer my questions truthfully now. Those 3 old cases, did you have any accomplices?
I don't understand why you are asking this.
The MO of recent cases matches yours back then.
What if I say I'm wronged? I didn't kill anyone. I don't know why my fingerprints are at the scene. I didn't plead guilty back then. I just accepted my fate.
I will recheck your interrogation video. The data shows you have an elderly mother. If you were wronged, why she never filed an appeal for you all these years?
We cut off ties a long time ago. She said I brought bad luck. Killed my father. She never came to see me. And she never replied to my letters.
Sergeant Xiao, is it true you arrested the wrong person in the serial murder case 3 years ago, and the real murderer's still at large? Rumor has it CID forged evidence and forced innocent Chang Lai to plead guilty. What's your response? The public calls for Chang Lai's release. Arrest the real murderer. The Bureau must pay the price for that wrongful conviction back then. Sergeant Xiao. Sergeant Xiao. Sergeant Xiao. Answer the questions, Sergeant Xiao.
Sir.
Speed up. The public's panicking now, and the Bureau's also under great pressure. As long as the real killer's at large one more day, there'll likely be another victim.
Received.
This is Old Street Hotel. Chang Lai's mom is a cleaner here.
If Chiang Lai was really framed, the framer's most likely someone she knows. We need to start our investigation with her social network.
Hopefully her mom can give us clues about her social connections later. Stay safe. Lots of thugs and ex-cons. Live in these cheap hotels.
This is the place.
CID Investigation Bureau. Excuse me, are you Chang Lai's mother? Excuse me. Do you have a daughter called Chang Lai?
I disowned her as my daughter a long time ago.
Ma'am.
I heard you cut ties with her, but that doesn't relieve you of your duty to testify. Please cooperate with our investigation.
She's a jinx and a murderer. I don't want anything to do with a murderer.
Whatever family conflicts you have, put them aside for now. I need you to recall all Chang Lai's social connections from 3 years ago as much as possible, especially any suspicious people.
Back then, she often hung out with Chan Lung. He'd also been in prison. I don't know anything else. I don't care about her anyway.
Hello, Aaron.
Hello, sir. We checked surveillance footage from 3 cases and identified a key suspect.
His name's Chan Lung.
He and Chiang Lai dated 3 years ago.
Okay.
Aunt. Have you checked Chiang Lai's interrogation records from prison?
There's only one letter she wrote to her mother when she went to prison, saying she wanted to eat her mother's dumplings, but she got no reply.
What about the visiting records?
Only one visit happened. A lawyer visited her after the recent case. But the law protects lawyers. No one monitors their conversations, so no one knows what they talked about.
Have you investigated that lawyer?
The lawyer's gone abroad and lost contact. I guess he was threatened by the real murderer and fled.
I disowned her as my daughter ages ago. I don't want anything to do with a murderer.
Aunt, I don't get it. How can a mother hate her own child so much?
You're still too young to understand. Maternal love's a false concept at its core.
What?
Any clues?
No, I think. Chiang Lai is a nice name.
Brother, I didn't kill anyone. I don't know anything.
Get up. Let's go.
What is wrong?
It is nothing, just go.
Sir? I don't understand what you mean by accidental killing.
You were caught on cameras, near all 3 murder scenes. How do you explain that?
I sold powdered drugs illegally at those 3 places. I committed a crime, but I didn't kill anyone.
Chong Lung, don't push your luck.
The forensics team's already got your biological info.
Before the evidence gets here, I advise you to tell the truth.
He is not the murderer. He is not the murderer.
Suspect Chong Lung has gang ties. He used to date Chiang Lai. His activity path matches the 3 cases' locations perfectly. How dare you? Confirm he's not the murderer?
Because he is completely incapable of committing the crime. He missed a step and fell when climbing stairs. When looking at photos, he likes to squint one eye and get close to the photo. These details signal one-eyed amblyopia. Amblyopia in one eye. It's caused by long-term use of only one eye, causing nerve atrophy in the other eye. It doesn't affect daily life much, but it'll impair distance and space perception. Staging an accident to kill requires precise distance measurement and spatial awareness.
How can someone who trips on stairs pull all this off? Come in.
Director, sir. The forensics department's report is out. A shoe print was collected from the crime scene. Its size and pattern match Chong Lung's shoes. There's also a stubbed-out cigarette, and we detected Chong Lung's DNA from the saliva on it.
We have direct scene evidence.
The DNA report's ready. How do you explain this? Tupao, current public opinion is bad, and the entire police station is under pressure. We need to solidify the evidence now and arrest the murderer.
But...
All right, stop messing around.
this evidence is forged. This evidence is forged.
Forged? Are you questioning the forensics department?
I'm not questioning your forensics department.
I mean, the real killer deliberately left this evidence at the scene to frame Chong Lung.
Chong Lung's just a scapegoat.
You're right. a meticulous killer who disguises murder as an accident. Won't leave obvious evidence at the scene.
The suspect stubbed out the cigarette butt with his shoe, but inside this size 44 shoe print, there's a smaller stress contour. This means the killer wore oversized, ill-fitting shoes to forge this footprint. This cigarette butt was crushed by a shoe sole, but has an obvious crease. This crease only appears when the cigarette butt's left in an ashtray. The killer took Chang Lung's cigarette butt from an ashtray and deliberately left it here to frame him.
The killer framed Chang Lai 2 years ago, and now he frames Chang Lung the same way. What's his motive?
I've got a doubt. Why'd the killer copy the old case? With 3 identical ones? Isn't this too deliberate?
Could it be he's not framing Chiang Lai, but saving her?
You mean we didn't arrest the wrong killer back then? The killer is Chang Lai. Someone is now deliberately imitating her killing. Method to make the public think. It's a wrongful conviction. So the Judicial Department will release Chang Lai.
If the killer wanted to frame Chang Lung, he only needed his shoes and cigarette butt. We just need to check his movements.
Sir.
Old Street Hotel. Su Chun Hui. You're under arrest for suspected murder. You did all this for your daughter, right? 3 years ago, she killed your abusive husband. You were hospitalized for domestic violence and needed medical fees. To pay those fees, she took 2 more jobs as a hired killer. To save her, you copied 3 identical cases to make it seem the real killer is someone else. You anonymously bribed a lawyer to visit the prison, told your daughter to cooperate and claimed she's wronged, and framed her ex Chang Lung for the crimes. Everything you did was to mislead the public and the police, so your daughter walks free. What do you have to say for yourself now?
You got one thing wrong. I killed that person 3 years ago too.
That's not true. I checked the case files. You were in hospital for surgery 3 years ago. You couldn't have committed the crime.
No, I killed that person. I did it. Sheriff. I killed that person. Please, Sheriff. I killed that person. I did it. Please, Sheriff. I killed that person. Sheriff. Please.
Officers, take her away.
Defendant Chang Lai, Defendant Shu Chun Hui. Upon retrial of this case, the sentence is reduced, given proven domestic violence history. This case's criminal facts are clear, the circumstances are severe, and a voluntary manslaughter charge stands. The second instance court commutes sentence to death, with 2-year reprieve. The court sentences him to death. Execute him immediately.
Have you found the murderer?
Sheriff. My daughter only knows someone's saving her. But she has no idea I did all this. Please. Don't let her know the truth.
Your mother asked me to give this to you. She's very sorry for cutting ties with you back then. She's hidden things from you all the time. But she has to take responsibility for them herself.
That is all.
She said.
You've got to live well.
Like, you obviously hate me. You cut ties with me long ago. You still won't come see me now. Why'd you still send this to me? Have you found the murderer?
Your mother asked me to give this to you. It's just some things. She has to take responsibility for them herself.
She said.
You've got to live well.
Chang Lai's second trial recently commuted her sentence from death penalty to death penalty with reprieve. Reportedly, except for killing her abusive father. Her mother Su Chun-hui committed all other crimes.
Aunt. In the 3-year-old accidental murder case, Chiang Lai's mother was hospitalized for surgery due to severe domestic violence injuries. She couldn't have committed the crime, right?
I know.
You know? HSU Chun-hui has pleaded guilty. She says she committed all the murders. Chiang Lai got her sentence commuted to death with reprieve. Because her mother took the blame for her. Once a death sentence is suspended, it will be commuted to life imprisonment. Chiang Lai killed 3 people. Are you sure you'll accept this result?
Sheriff. I beg you.
I'll go to the police station to apply for a case review.
Yesterday, Chang Lai committed suicide in prison. The cause is unknown.
Suicide?
Chang Lai. If a mother doesn't love her daughter, how could she give her a name full of hope? It's just that. They'll never have a future again.
That's for the best.
They can finally reunite now.
Hello, Xiaolon. 2 Pows never worn a princess dress or owned a doll. This is her rare trip to the city. Buy her more tasty treats and fun things.
I got it. I just bought her a Barbie doll. She's having a blast with it. Little 2 Pow. What are you doing?
Aunt, I am simulating a dismemberment scene.
I will talk to you later. Oh my god. Hello, sir.
Xiaolon, there are unsolved cases in Georgetown lately. The police have no clue what to do. You take over these cases. Oh, right. Bring your little niece along.
Received.
The missing person is Erin. She left Nova Medical College's side gate, early morning, February 10th. And she just disappeared like that.
The surveillance blind spots under 5 square meters. But she just vanished like that.
Here it is.
The surveillance blind spot covers less than 5 square meters. This is exactly where the missing person disappeared.
There are no traces of damage on the ground. The wall is also impossible to climb. Suppose the killer or kidnapper hid in this blind spot, but from the surveillance footage, the missing person behaved naturally. She didn't react alertly, that others do in danger. The clue seems broken. There's a logical gap here. We can only start the investigation with the person who reported the case.
Reporter Chen Kwangming is AI Lin's husband she's missing. He's also a senior researcher at this medical college.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Chen Kwangming? We need to verify some info with you about your wife's missing case. Please sit down.
Sir.
From your police report, your wife AI Lin went missing. After leaving the medical college at 2:30 a.m. on February 10th.
Yes. That night was like any other. I was on the night shift. She brought me food. When I got off in the morning, I couldn't find her anywhere, and I couldn't reach her on the phone. I can't figure it out. She's just a housewife. Who could she have offended?
Rest assured, we'll use all resources to investigate.
Okay.
1706. Next question.
Dad.
This is my son Tuato. 17, Dad's busy now. I'll play with you later, okay?
Little Bun, did you find anything?
Still no clues. But something's suspicious here. On the night of the crime, water pooled at the wall base. But today, there's no water trace at that scene spot.
It's been 7 days. It's normal for traces to disappear.
I checked surveillance footage. Before and after the crime, that pool only appeared the night of the incident. 1. It hasn't rained lately. 12. Why is there water at the base of the wall? 120. Why is there water at the base of the wall? 170. Why is a pool of water at the base of the wall? Why did that woman disappear out of thin air? I haven't figured it out yet. But there must be a connection between these things. Aunt, what did you find?
Oh, you know what? I made a huge discovery.
Look. The couple don't have dimples, but their kid does. This defies genetics. The kid isn't their biological child.
We haven't solved the suspicious point in the surveillance footage yet.
But we can start with the motive.
We can't rule out that Chen Kwangming's wife cheated and had the kid.
After Chen Kwangming found out, he had a motive to kill his wife.
He even called the police voluntarily after the incident to clear his name. Officer Aaron, tell Chen Kwangming to come to CID for questioning.
The precinct just got a new polygraph.
It'll come in handy right now.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chen. Per investigation protocol, we'll use a lie detector for this interrogation.
We hope to sort out the facts.
And clear your name.
Okay.
Let's get started. How's your relationship with your wife, Irene? Please rate it 1 to 10.
We've been married 7 years. Our relationship's always great. 9 points.
Have you ever suspected your wife of cheating?
Of course not. To me. She's always a qualified wife.
10 years now. Have you ever thought of hurting your wife? Or even killing her?
What do you mean? How could I do that? Why were you asking me this? That's ridiculous.
The polygraph data is stable. No obvious fluctuations. Mr. Chen, this is your son Chen Tutu. Did you know you're not his biological father?
Yes, I did. Because he's the child. I adopted him with Irene. Irene and I grew up in a welfare home, so we've always wanted to adopt one. We fear it'll hurt the child's self-esteem, so we never tell anyone about the adoption, and claim he's our biological child publicly.
Officer, This is the medical record from Penang Maternity Child Hospital. Missing person Irene took a pregnancy test here last month.
And she was 6 weeks pregnant. Tests show she's a first-time mom. Irene didn't cheat. The child's indeed adopted by them. We have to rule out Chen Kwangming's suspicion of the crime first.
Officer. This is where the Chen family lives. The target apartments on the 3rd floor. Unit A. Building 12.
Chen Kwangming's suspicion is temporarily ruled out. An enemy more likely committed the crime. Check her social connections. See if she has conflicts with neighbors.
Relatives or colleagues. We've checked.
Med College staff said the Chen couple have simple social connections and are kind. Even people like doormen have good things to say about them.
Aunt. Come see what this is. Aunt. Come and see what this is right now.
Look at this ash. It has sawdust,
Straw stems and uneven tiny paper scraps.
This is cheap loose tobacco. 4 hand-rolled cigarettes.
Exactly.
Someone smoked here.
He stalks the Chen Kwangming family.
Stalking? But any passerby passing here
Could have smoked here. If there was only ash.
That could be a coincidence.
But this is the perfect spot to watch the Chen's home. It's a blind spot for both sides. Surveillance cameras. Surveillance blind spot. Ash was found here. How can this still be a coincidence?
If that's the case,
The one staking out here must be a seasoned habitual criminal.
This cheap loose tobacco leaves no surveillance traces when purchased, unlike regular store cigarettes.
That truly fits the behavior pattern of a habitual criminal. Aluan, go fetch the community surveillance footage and check everyone who entered or left the community.
okay.
Wait. This is polyester towel fiber. Most likely from the suspect. This easily shedding mass-produced towel is mostly used in low-income neighborhood hotels. Some cheap unlicensed hotels don't require ID for check-in. If the suspect's a long-time habitual fugitive, he likely stays in this kind of hotel.
We just need to find the supplier of this blue polyester towel. Check all hotels that bought from him. Filter out unlicensed hotels that don't require ID. We can locate the suspect's residence. This is the target hotel, but old hotels like this have no surveillance cameras.
Alone.
Go ask the hotel owner for the guest records and search all guests.
Okay.
Stop searching.
The suspect is right here. I think the suspect's right here.
Here?
How can you be sure it's this room?
See that strand of hair? So what? This is a fugitive's anti-investigation trick. When he's away from the hotel, he tucks a hair in the door crack to check if police entered. If an outsider breaks in, the hair falls to the ground. This layer of ash on the ground is the same trick. The doorways of other rooms are clean. only this one has a layer of ash. The suspect spread it on purpose. If an outsider stands at his door, they'll leave clear footprints.
That's awesome. Looks like this guy is a cunning and desperate fugitive.
Aluin. Pull up all guests' check-in records. Focus on this room. Collect biological samples for DNA testing.
Okay.
Come in.
Sir, the genetic test results are back. This person's a wanted criminal codenamed Crow, a serial killer on the run for 20 years. He's got a strong anti-investigation sense, and his criminal methods are cruel.
He specifically targets pregnant women.
Pregnant women? The missing Irene had a pregnancy test here last month. And she was 6 weeks pregnant.
My father.
Yes, Mr. Chin. Your father is Crow, the serial killer on the run for 20 years. Your pregnant wife, Irene, fits his criminal preference. The only problem is, he has an alibi during the crime. But your wife's disappearance is probably related to him. So we need you to do your best to.
I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. When I was 5 or 6, he became a fugitive for murder. I never saw him again after that. Then I was sent to a welfare home. Do you know what they called me? They called me the son of a perverted killer. I changed my name, went to college, joined a research institute, got married, and did charity work. I only had one thought: I want to ditch this label completely. I want to stay as far from that killer as possible. But after all these years, I still get those threatening texts. They say I've got killer blood in my veins. And my wife and I both deserve to die. I never thought he could find Pin Cheng. Every morning when I look in the mirror, I see a face just like his. I think every cell in my body carries his genes. I feel sick.
Mr. Chen, you mentioned you received threatening text messages.
Yes.
Do you suspect that this is a retaliation case?
Lin Young Chang, Crow for short, a twisted serial killer. He targets pregnant women. His methods are brutal. He killed 3 pregnant women and their fetuses, and he's been on the run across borders for 20 years.
Aunt. Do you think this man looks familiar?
Yeah. He looks a little familiar.
You're a major suspect in Irene's disappearance. Now confess truthfully all your crimes. Any concealment or deception will land you in serious legal trouble.
I admit what I did 20 years ago. I'm tired of hiding for 20 years. But I didn't. Kill that Irene.
Then let me ask you, February 10th, around 2:20 a.m., where were you? What were you doing? Who can prove that?
That midnight, I went to a convenience store.
near the hotel for cans and instant noodles. The convenience store should have.
Surveillance footage, right?
Sir,
He has an alibi.
Then how do you explain you've showed up many times? Downstairs of Chun Kwang Ming and Irene's apartment, stalking and surveilling them long-term deliberately?
That's because Chen Kwong Ming's my son. I looked for him to ask for money.
You suspect. This is likely tit-for-tat revenge. Chun Kwang-ming's got threatening text messages. He's under constant surveillance. The Crow killed 3 pregnant women. I suspect the victims' families are getting back at Chun Kwang-ming using the same way. We traced the threatening text's IP. And it's his. This man's the husband of one of the murdered pregnant women. Funny enough,
he's also in Penang. Right now,
he's a prime suspect in this case.
that makes sense. But that still can't explain why Irene vanished out of thin air from surveillance footage.
Only the killer can give us the answer. Suspect Wu Qiping, a Crow serial murder victim's family member, moved to Penang for work last February. You sent death threats to Chen Kwang-ming and his wife. You've shown clear criminal intent and vengeful behavior. Tell us the truth.
Revenge? I've dreamed of it for 20 years. That pervert killed my wife. I've looked for him for 20 years, but I still can't find him. But I saw his son. The murderer's bastard son became a researcher. A so-called social elite. I wish I'd kill his whole family.
So you've already committed a criminal act?
That was a year ago. As soon as I got to Penang, I bought a knife and found his son's address. That day I sharpened the knife for ages. I left home to find him. But unexpectedly, it started raining halfway there. The rain was heavy. It lasted days straight. I felt it was stopping me. I stood in the rain for ages. I remember every time it rained. My wife would tell me to come home early. When I thought of her, I gave up. I quit.
I quit. He is not the killer. He came to Penang for work last February.
That was a year ago. When he first arrived in Penang, the rain was so heavy and lasted several days.
It rained in February last year. I see. Aunt, I know where the missing person is.
Where?
Check the surveillance footage. There's always been a suspicious point. Why did a puddle appear out of nowhere at the foot of the wall the night of February 10th, when Irene went missing? While no such puddle was seen on surveillance footage, before or after. This is last February's weather record.
As Wu Qiping stated, it rained heavily for several straight days in early February. So the February 10th surveillance footage is fake. The medical college's surveillance is outdated. It only shows month and date. The suspect exploited this loophole, replaced current footage with last year's February 10th to mislead police.
This explains why the puddle appeared out of nowhere.
At the wall's foot, and why that woman vanished into thin air. It's cause the surveillance footage isn't from the same day.
Once we rule out this fake surveillance footage, we just need to track Irene's movements.
She never left after entering the medical college. She's still inside.
Recently, police have locked down Nova Medical College. Sergeant C. Alon leads the team to investigate the school. Reports say this operation's linked to a recent missing person case.
Aunt, how is your progress?
This medical college's environment is special. Dissection rooms, mortuaries, chemical reagent pollution, piles of biological waste. Trying to get Irene's DNA from here is like looking for a needle in a haystack. All biological samples collected today are sent for testing. We do not know when there will be a breakthrough.
Let us think from another angle then. Who do you think's the most likely suspect?
Chen Kwangming. Irene went to the medical college to bring him food, and she vanished that night. Given the timing and location, he's a prime suspect, but he has no motive. And we haven't found the body. We definitely can't convict him.
You suspect him too. Shall we review the interrogation records again? We may find new clues.
Okay.
Stop. Rewind.
Okay.
Rewind, rewind, rewind. Stop. Zoom in.
Okay. Mr. Chen, you used the medical college, lab's fully enclosed environment, to kill and dismember your wife. You also know the most dangerous place is the safest place. So you forged your wife Irene's remains into medical specimens and kept them in your office. You used your guard connection to replace February 10 security footage with last year's to mislead the police and derail the investigation. Mr. Chen, your method is more brutal than your father Wu Ye's.
Talk to my lawyer. If you've got something to say. I did not kill anyone.
You've seen the polygraph data.
Haven't you?
Right here. His jaw's moving. He's biting his tongue. He seems trained to control his heart rate. We did see the polygraph data, but Mr. Chen, you've spent so much time lately training to control your heart rate, haven't you? Or should I pull up the interrogation recording? Zoom in on your micro movements and rewatch them? Compared to your methods, I'm more curious about this. You have no marital conflicts with your wife Irene, nor economic disputes over property or insurance. Why on earth did you insist on killing her?
Why? Quit asking me why. She deserved to die. We had a deal. She must never get pregnant, never have a child. I told her long ago. Psychopathic murderer blood runs in my veins.
We can adopt a kid.
But we must never pass that gene down. I spent 20 years ditching the bad reputation of being a murderer's son. I just want to escape this gene.
But what about her?
She got pregnant on purpose. She insisted on keeping this son. She insisted on giving birth to this son, with the murderer's gene. I couldn't let her do that. I couldn't let her have this son. No more psychopathic murderers in this world. Never again.
So, we can finally wrap up this case.
This man tries to avoid his dad's fate. But he committed the same crime as his dad.
Human nature. The fate you want to break free from, the fate you think you can escape, is engraved in your genes from birth to death.
Okay. What's your consideration for buying a house this time?
My niece is starting primary school.
I want a house near the school. The Paisha WAN house is great.
It's close to the school, and its depreciation rate's nearly zero.
The previous owners seem a couple.
They did simple decor for the house.
And it's almost brand new, never lived in. Aunt.
What's wrong?
Look. This is 17 centimeters thicker than the floor plan.
It is a bit wider indeed. Maybe the old owners
widened and reinforced it. This extra 17 centimeters is just enough to hold a crushed adult corpse. The extra 17 centimeters is just enough to hold a crushed adult corpse.
What corp? Don't talk rubbish if you don't know what you're saying. The pillar's wider because we're expanding the water and electricity pipelines. Control your kid. How can I sell the house when she's talking nonsense?
Xiao Tu Pao. Tell Auntie.
First point. This pillar is colder. Is way lower than the other walls.
That's because human tissues are mixed in this pillar.
Its moisture content differs from reinforced concrete. Specific heat capacity differences cause temperature differences. Second point. Nails are hammered into different walls in the room. Other nails are brand new. Only the nails on this pillar are rusted.
This is likely because the acidic gas from corpse decomposition
speeds up metal corrosion. Third point.
This mold looks ordinary, but it's a type of yeast.
The nutrient it relies on to survive is human fat.
Think about it. Why is there human fat in a load-bearing pillar?
What human fat? Are you two here to buy a house?
This is CID.
Come with me.
Is there a corpse inside this pillar?
We'll know once we tear it down.
Officer, we tore down that wall. We found a corpse inside. It's dismembered and mixed with cement. Per the appraisal, the deceased is Anna, the former owner's wife. Her husband's the murderer. 2 months ago, he moved the corpse to the new house and bricked the remains into the wall while renovating. Here, this is their old home. Also the first crime scene where the murderer killed his wife. Let's go.
What is the murderer's motive?
Anna's husband has severe mania and violent tendencies. When we arrested him, he'd already had schizophrenia. So we had no choice but to send him to hospital for compulsory treatment. Oh, right. We also found this on his computer.
He suspected his wife was cheating on him. And in a manic state, he killed his wife on impulse. All these photos come from the same anonymous email.
Who sent it? Did you track the IP?
Not yet.
The IP address is encrypted. With our current tech, it'll take time to crack. Do it ASAP. This email's a key clue. We need it to determine the case's nature.
To see if it's a domestic case.
Or another plot's behind it.
Okay.
It's not a domestic case.
The deceased's husband isn't the real murderer. The real killer's someone else.
The dead woman's husband isn't the real culprit.
The real killer's someone else.
How is that possible? We detected the husband's DNA on the victim's body parts. Surveillance footage after the murder shows the husband traveled frequently between the old and new house, moving body parts mixed with sand. How could he not be the killer?
You are right.
He committed the murder.
But he's not the real mastermind.
Meaning?
Someone used his manic disorder to make him kill for them.
How did you figure that out?
Details. Her husband's clearly a manic patient. But every house detail's deliberately arranged to worsen his condition. There's thick ice in the fridge compartment. The rape turns dark green. And the tomatoes have translucent spots. This means the fridge's been set to the lowest temperature for ages.
Which isn't good for storing veggies.
Someone obviously did this on purpose. When a fridge runs on low, it hums non-stop. It's nothing to most people, but it's torture for a manic patient. And this bottle of peppermint aromatherapy is common
in most homes.
But peppermint stimulates the central nervous system and causes excitement. For a manic patient, it can cause insomnia and worsen his condition.
But these are ordinary household items. I mean,
could the family be too careless? Antipsychotic pills must have name and dosage engraved. But the engravings on these pills are scraped off. Why don't you test if these pills are sedatives or mood stimulants?
You mean someone intentionally triggered the murderer's mania, made noise with the fridge, placed irritating aromatherapy, and replaced his prescription meds?
Exactly. Only someone who keeps close contact with the family long-term can pull all this off.
Close contact? Send this medicine to the forensic lab first.
look, this couple hired a nanny 5 months ago.
And she quit right after the crime 2 months ago. Could this nanny be the real mastermind behind the case? Could Anna's secret photos also be related to her?
That can't be right. She's just a nanny. How would she know hacking to encrypt emails?
But she's still a major suspect. We're heading to her place now. Rush the cyber department. Hurry up and track that IP.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, little bun.
Sir, I sent you the chat records between Sharon and deceased Anna.
Got it.
Have you tracked down the IP address of the email?
Not yet. The sender used multi-layer encryption.
I'm only a 10-minute drive from Sharon's house.
Right now.
The IP address is the key evidence for interrogating her. You must find her IP in 10 minutes.
Wait a minute. Don't let them check it anymore. I've found the evidence. I've found the evidence. You guessed right. Sharon the nanny sent these photos.
Found any clues?
Don't tell me you can hack.
Of course not. Look at this.
There is a scratch on the camera.
That's right. The photographer broke their phone earlier, so the camera's got a tiny scratch. It's not noticeable in normal photos, but when the scratch overlaps with light and shadow, it'll make a thin light spot. This is the photo. The nanny sent it to Anna in the chat. Same position. Same scratch. Same light spot. Could these two photos be from the same phone? And even the same person?
It seems the real mastermind behind this is indeed Sharon the nanny. This is CID. Open the door. We're on official business. The dust layer is thick. There's an evaporation line in the cup. The crystal ring is weathered. Looks like she fled. Alan, search the place.
Yes, sir.
Someone sprayed paint on her door. Thick paper with lint edges and a purple seal. This is anti-counterfeit paper. For professional documents only. The purple seal means this is likely a document from the court. Her door was spray painted, and she got court documents. Could Nanny Sharon be in debt?
Sir, we found only an abandoned SIM card in the cabinet. Everything else is cleared out.
All our debt collection texts. She owes a lot. She's likely hired to kill Anna because she's pressed to pay her debts. Suspect Sharon used Anna's manic husband to kill Anna.
The day after the crime, she got $1 million from the dark web.
Paid off all her debts, bought a plane ticket, and fled abroad. Look, Sharon's just a hired killer. Wait, the one who secretly hired her is this case's real murderer. Then who'd spend $1 million to hire a hitman? Who did Anna ever offend?
Siaku, we just thought of the exact same thing. I have another new discovery.
What is it?
This case had red flags from the start. Anna's just a waitress. Her husband's a construction worker who lost his job due to mania. With their income, how could they afford a live-in nanny? How could they afford a new house in Paisho WAN? A high-end community.
You mean there's something wrong with their income source?
That's right. I also found several details in their old house. On their keychain, there's a brand new luxury car key and an old motorcycle key. The shoe cabinet has several expensive designer shoes and several cheap old shoes. That means
they've probably gotten an unexpected windfall,
which improved their lives. Exactly. So I checked their bank statements. There was a $3 million transfer half a year ago. The pair is Hung Tien Su. Pincheng's richest man, Hong Klam Nida.
Luan.
Hello. Hello, sir. We have the Hung family. Investigation results. I sent them to your computer. Please take a look.
Got it. The late Anna is the illegitimate daughter of the richest man, Hung Tien Su. Half a year ago, Hung Tien Su found Anna. He not only gave her $3 million as compensation, but also made a will leaving Anna a prime plot of land. Hung Tian-su's 3 children are dissatisfied with this will. Hung Tian-su just had heart surgery, and his condition is unstable. The 3 siblings fight openly and secretly for the inheritance. All want to seize that plot of land. Only when Anna dies can they claim this land. It seems the killer we're looking for is among these 3. Eldest son Hung Yawen, a tycoon. Second son Hung Yawu, gang leader. Youngest daughter Hung Yaoning, the richest man's favorite. Which of you 3 is the killer?
Two officers. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
All right, Mr. Hung, let's get started. We're here to investigate your sister Anna's death and ask you a few questions.
Anna? That illegitimate daughter? Are you here to gather info? Or do you think I killed her?
As CID officers, we'll investigate anyone with motive and means to commit murder. So we need to rule out those who don't deserve suspicion after questioning. Mr. Hung, do you want to be ruled out right away? Or stay on the suspect list? Six months ago, your father made a will to leave Platinum Peninsula land to his illegitimate daughter Anna as the first heir. You run the group's real estate business. Did you ever feel unfair and angry about this?
Of course it's unfair. Why should the Hung family's best land go to that bastard? If you were me, would you call this fair?
Anna's dead. That big obstacle's gone. You must be so glad.
Glad? Of course I'm glad. But now I'm as curious as you are. I really want to know who killed that bastard.
Mr. Hung seems to have sufficient evidence to prove you're not a suspect in this case.
I have evidence. But Sergeant Xiao needs to check if it's sufficient. Half a year ago, right after the old man made his will, I tasked an environmental organization to submit Platinum Peninsula's ecological assessment report to the government. The government will soon issue a document. Classify the peninsula as ecological land. Once the document's announced, that land's value will drop from $50 million to $500,000. I only need to pay one of the original price. Buy back that prime land from Anna, it should be mine. Sheriff. With my status and wealth, I've got 10,000 legal ways to get that land back. Why would I kill her?
We understand the situation, Mr. Hung. Thanks for your cooperation.
Sheriff. My second brother often runs with gangsters. My third sister's been spoiled since childhood. Both will inherit part of my father's estate. I want to know who killed her more than you do. Hope your investigation goes well.
Excuse me. Hello?
Aunt, I've got a major discovery.
Where are you? Why is it so noisy over there?
I'm at a bar. I'm following Hong Yao Wu, the Hong family's second son.
What?
I'm at the bar, tailing Hong Yao Wu, the Hong's second son.
What?
Hung Yao was a long-time underworld suspect. How dare you tail him? Get back to the bureau right now.
You didn't take me on this case. I had to find clues alone.
Xiao Tupao, go back now. You hear me?
Shush. Sounds like they're talking about a murder. I'll hang up first.
Xiao Tupao, Xiao Tupao. Track her. Head there fast.
Okay.
Get rid of all loose ends. Right away. They've already investigated our eldest brother. They'll come for me soon.
The Hong family's second son is a prime suspect. Uncle, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Han Yao Wu has strong anti-investigation awareness. He even hid the info in the picture's pixels. Luckily, I can crack encrypted pictures. Nay Nana. Address number 425, Old Town, Industrial Zone. Order die in an accident. Leave no traces. Oh my god, he really hired someone to kill Anna. This is a key clue. I've got to tell my aunt right now.
You little brat. Who sent you here? My older brother, or my third sister?
Don't you move. I am a member of the CID Investigation Bureau.
Wow, CID. Would those cops send a kid like you to follow me? Forget it. Whoever sent you, you'll end up the same.
Don't move.
Aunt.
I'll deal with you once I'm done with the suspect. Two months ago, you hired a dark web killer. And your target was dead, Anna. The evidence is conclusive. What else do you have to say?
Don't look at me.
What else do you have to say for yourself?
I know. I wanted that land. I did want to kill her. But before I acted, she was already dead.
She was already dead. What do you mean?
2 months ago, I hired a killer. But he tracked her and never found her. I didn't learn she was dead until your CID announced the result and news broke. Her husband buried her in the wall. Right?
You mean you wanted to kill her? But you're not the killer?
Come in.
Sir, records show the killer hired by Hung Yao Wu stayed in the deceased's residential area for days after the crime. He failed to find the target and gave up the operation. So he didn't lie.
Attempted murder gets you at least 20 years.
He doesn't need to clear his name like this.
We only have one suspect left. Do you know this person?
This woman was the Hung family's doctor. She's close with my sister. You can ask her.
Hung Yaoning, the Hung family's youngest daughter. Could she be the last suspect? Xiao Tupao. Come back and sit properly. You sit in this chair. Don't go anywhere. If you make trouble again, I'll send you back to the countryside tonight.
Yes, sir.
Alun. Keep an eye on her. Miss Hung, please come out for a moment. Miss Hung, I'm here to ask about your sister Anna's cause of death.
Younger sister? Go ahead. What do you want to ask?
6 months ago, your father made a will, leaving the land plot in Pachin Pan Tao to her. Do you object to this will?
My dad's really out of his mind. I've taken care of him since he was hospitalized for heart failure. He also promised me he'd leave that land plot to me. But he was biased and left it to his illegitimate daughter instead. How can he give such a valuable land plot to an outsider?
You're so dissatisfied with this will. What did you do afterwards?
What do you mean? Are you suspecting me? You think I killed that illegitimate daughter?
No, we're following normal inquiry procedure to clear unnecessary suspicion. Please cooperate. Tell me where you were and what you were doing at 2:30 p.m. on January 13th, the day of the crime.
I was with Dad in the ward all day January 13th.
He was taken to the OR at 3 that afternoon. I waited outside the whole time.
You can check the security footage if you don't believe me.
Miss Hung, ordinary people can immediately remember what they did on a specific day and time. Why do you remember it so clearly?
Well, that's because that day was special. The doctor told me the heart match was successful, and my dad could get the heart transplant soon. He entered the operating room at 3 that afternoon. Isn't it normal for me to remember this important day and time?
Next question.
Wait, what did you just say? Heart surgery.
What did you say?
None of the three is the murderer. Eldest son Hung Yao Wen has no motive. Second son Hung Yao Wu only committed attempted murder. The third child Hung Yao Nin can't even hide a motive. She isn't smart enough to hire someone to commit murder.
Then, according to you, who's the murderer exactly?
Is it possible? We got the wrong direction from the start. The murderer doesn't want that land, nor the inheritance, but Anna's heart.
Where were you? And what were you doing at 2:30 p.m. on January 13th, the day of the crime?
He was wheeled into the operating room at 3 that afternoon. My dad could get the heart transplant right away.
30 minutes after the crime, he was scheduled for heart transplant surgery.
You mean?
Hello? Check Anna's dismembered body parts urgently. See if any heart tissue's missing. Test Hung Tien Su's blood sample. See if Anna's cfDNA is in it.
Dad, the heart match finally succeeded. Your condition's finally better, Dad.
Please step aside for the on-site investigation. Mr. Tycoon, you killed your daughter Anna, didn't you? You brought Anna back from the beginning, just to win her heart. Because you know full well, you have heart failure. Only a biological child has the highest heart match rate. You paid Dr. Sharon a large sum to get Anna's heart for you. Anna's manic husband became the perfect murder tool. You made an unfair will to fake favoring Anna, making your 3 children the police's prime suspects. The test found complete heart tissue is missing from Anna's remains. The cfDNA level in your blood. I don't need to explain more, right? Xiao Tu Pao, the cake is here. We finally solved this case. We need to celebrate. Xiao Tu Pao. Xiao Tu Pao. Where is he? He was right here just now. Xiao Tu Pao. Xiao Tu.
Auntie, I just caught the news. There's an unsolved case in nearby George City. The local Sid's tearing their hair out. I'm already on the plane. Want to come with me?
Xiao Tu Pao.